I've been in the market for a new dropship in Space Engineers for quite some time. Yes, if you've watched my videos, I've been using the same one, made by my good friend Venom, for quite a few years now. As such, it might be time for a new one. Have I finally found it though? So for those wondering, I'm Captain Jack, welcome to my channel, this is Space Engineers, and today we're taking a look at another community creation. Up with me, I've got the DS-70A Phoenix Dropship Mark II, made by user Strider01. Now they actually posted this in my community Discord server, and said, Jack, we'd appreciate if you took a look at this one, it looks very cool, and sort of take some of your own design elements into it to, come out and how it looks. So that's exactly what I'm doing. If you want to share your own creations with me, and they can maybe make it here on the YouTube channel, then join my Discord server, comment them down below, the choice is yours, links in the video description. So this is the D70 Phoenix. It's basically his fifth attempt, or their fifth attempt I should say, at creating an own design for a functioning troop / supply transport, basically a dropship. Now, it actually incorporates Mine and Venom's RCS Valkyrie dropship, or mostly Venom as he made that dropship, and also Dr. Kraz's CNL Mark V dropship. We love you, Kraz. Anyway, let's take a look at this in-game. Here we go. Alright, I've got control of the camera now. We'll take a look as a spectator. We'll take a look in player mode in a minute. I've got my torch turned on just so we can shine a bit of light, but that's how it looks. You can see the colors essentially. Now, immediately up here, we actually have a little subgrid turret with a camera as well. Presumably this means the co-pilot can control it. A bit like, Star Wars gun or clone dropships or gunships in a way. You've got a pilot and then you've got a gunner and sort of officer who sits up there and controls things. We've sort of got this going on down here as well. This sort of turret that can be controlled, which is very nice. Kind of like that. We'll have to have a go at that in a second. Lots of dual thrusters here as well. We obviously got the hydrogen thrusters and the ion thrusters. This thing can land in atmosphere. We will be testing that later in the video. Don't worry, I won't forget. We will test that. There's also the fans here as well. This is basically an atmospheric engine, but it's a DLC block that takes the form of the atmospheric engine. There you go. It's got the engine in the middle there and the rotary sort of blades. I would have kind of liked it if those were a bit more exposed on it, but I kind of see why they're underneath as well. But whenever I use that block, I kind of want to see the top part of it because I like seeing the moving blades. That might just be me though. If I was to make this sort of an RWI thing, it would be more black and red, but we could incorporate bits of the sort of like grey into it. I particularly like this texture being used here. It sort of blends in well with sort of like an industrial sort of machine being put together, which is really, really nice. We've got a couple of screens on either side here. Presumably these are for the pilots, and also the warning indicators there as well. Kind of wish we had stickers or decals we could spray on things. I know there's a mod for that, but too many mods, too many mods. This is actually a vanilla build. You can go download this off the Steam Workshop. I'm not sure if it's on Mod.io. We might have to ask Strider01 if he would like to put it on Mod.io, and that could be possible. Much like the old Valkyrie dropships me and Venom use, we've got rocket pods up here as well. There's 3 of these on this wing, and 3 of these on this wing. That seems to be about it for the weapons. We've got the autocannon ones at the front, and then the rockets there. So while it is a troops or deployment and dropship, this thing can deal a lot of damage, which is nice. Those indication lights. Okay, so we've got indication lights here and here. A lot of lights on this. If I turn my headlights off for a second, you can see the indication lights on either side, which is really nice and really cool. In terms of engines, as I move towards the back of the sort of the Phoenix dropship here, I probably would rename this, I'm gonna be honest. We've actually got large hydrogen engines here. This thing can go rather fast. There's a lot of engines on this. Venom's ones didn't used to use big hydrogen engines, they use something else. So there's a lot of engines on here. This thing is definitely going to go quite fast, like a bat out of hell. Lots of lights on it as well, also using wheel blocks. I don't know, I maybe want to grind these down to have sort of more of that like technical sort of like effect or something like that. That could be kind of cool. But it is designer's choice at the end of the day. Connects up here, mean we can hook things back on. There's also a deployable sort of like hook here. I'm guessing so we can grapple onto something and take it with us. We're also using the traditional hydrogen thrusters back here as well. Not hydrogen thrusters, sorry, atmospheric thrusters. That's what we call this block. Come on, Jack, you do know Space Engineers. We're using these back here as well. I probably would have tried to embed them a bit more. I think we're using a mass block here. Yes, there's a mass block here. I probably would have moved the mass block up above and embedded this thruster a bit back in towards it. That's just, me being a bit nitpicky and such. Checking out. Hydrogen thrusters in the back sort of wingtips here for these sort of like rear thrusters. It'd be really cool if we could make these like rotate. I have seen like Pelican builds from Halo before. Obviously this is sort of like what's based off of Pelican builds before, where these sort of ones can rotate much like they do in Halo. So there is the option to do that in Space Engineers. You can do that. It just really is up to you. Okay, let's take a look in the cabin a second. I'll keep my headlight on for a second so we can see things. We've got these legs overfold down here. This supports our landing area, the actual door. I kind of want a window on this, but obviously it's armored for a reason. You don't want your crew getting shot through glass. Lights here. Only 6 crew member spots, which is fair enough. It would have been nice if there was more in here, but you are kind of limited on space as it sort of links through to the front there. Connector access. I quite like this. Last sort of dropship we used had like O2 access, I think it was, which is also cool. But connector access meaning we can store stuff in here like rifles or ammunition. That would have been kind of cool. I would like to have seen the gun case on this. The sort of DLC, where is it? Weapon rack. Because this comes in, I think this comes in small grid. There we go. So you could add one of these here somewhere. I'm sure you could put it on the wall somewhere around here. I'm not quite sure where you'd put it. I feel like you could put it here. I'm just now breaking this. There you go. I guess it wouldn't really fit flush with the design is the only concern. But you could probably put it sideways, actually. What if we got rid of these? I'm now just modifying this grid. I've gotten carried away. What if we remove these and just put it sideways? I guess it technically works, but it kind of doesn't. But it could work, you know. You could have access to the rifles there. It's a shame we don't have, like, a version of that which displays the rifles on their sides into the wall. That would be rather nice. Hydrogen tanks all mounted up here as well. We still have to have access to, like, control blocks and such. We're using armored conveyors. But there's also a hidden camera in here which oversees the sort of crew area. So I guess the pilot can see what's going on. Also good to check that everybody's on board. If you're boarding 6 people and 6 people on board, you're good to go, essentially. Let's just spawn in here a second. I can then show you how this works. Onto the ground. There's no gravity, so I maybe look a bit glitchy. We can do this. There we go. Door now closes. I want to go into spectator mode. Jetpack mode. And there we go. It's flush with it, meaning we can't fall out, which is good. Right, if we start it again, the light turns on, allowing a bit of visuals there, and we can go out. Let's see all that again. Whoop, there we go. I'm out. And we can pop in the pilot seat. Now, I presume, yeah, this is a pilot seat as normal. What is this button? There's a thing here. Custom turret control. Oh, can we control the turret? We can. Nice. There you go, up axis looks pretty cool. I think if I go into this camera, I can show you guys what it looks like. This means this little dropship can cause a lot of damage. This might be one I have to use sometime soon, because it looks actually rather cool. Oh, did I damage something there? It might just be the smoke from the gun's trading ground. Hopefully I've not broken the gun already. It looks like there's a bit of smoke coming off there. Maybe it's vents or something like that. Who knows? But essentially, this little dropship can cause a lot of damage here. If you're flying towards the ground installation firing this, and also the rockets at the same time, you are going to cause a lot of damage. So that's just something to keep in mind. What else we got? Number 2 is cargo arm trigger now. Time block 2 trigger now. Landing gear trigger now. Cool. So this is basically cargo on. That brings us sort of back arm down there if we take a look. There you go. So it means we can latch onto cargo. You could probably also attach like a tank or something. You've got the options there. Number 3, that triggers the door. Number 4 triggers the landing gear. So this will assist us in landing. We'll test this on a planet in a minute to make sure it does fly in there okay. Cool. They can retract. Number 5 is another remote. Oh, this is the camera in here. Oh, look, I can control it and zoom in. I can tilt this. There we go. That's kind of cool. That's a nice sort of camera perspective, because that could work really well for like a cinematic or something like that. That would be kind of fun. Nice. Right, let's go test this on the planet and see what it handles like. Okay, before we get there, I'm just testing how it handles in space, because we've got to see that for. It gets to speed very quickly. The only issue is going to be slowing down. Those 2 hydrogen thrusters on the back there do allow us to get to max speed, but slowing down is going to be a problem. I'm not sure where the smoke's coming from. What if we lean up like this? Will that slow us down? It will slow us down quite a bit, but still, you're going to have a lot of speed to actually come to a full stop there. That is my only concern for this ship. Other than that, I do like those giant thrusters. Let's go test this on the planet and see what we can do. Okay, I'm in the Earth-like atmosphere. We need to find like a good landing location and see what we can do. We're coming up to like a good sort of like valley at the minute. We can sort of test how this goes. This ship does look really nice and beautiful in atmosphere. Imagine a couple of these sort of landing. If we go into turret mode, we can cause a lot of damage here. Okay, bad news. I actually crashed Space Engineers while we were testing the ship. So let's land this before I crash the game again. Not blaming the ship there, by the way. For some reason, it just didn't quite like it, which is a bit odd. So we need to find like a suitable landing location to test this. I could do like some flat grass, ideally. Maybe we should ask, or sort of like ask for something like that. Maybe we should aim for the hill up here. This is my issue with the ship. Like the Valkyrie one, me and Venom had also kind of suffers from this. Or maybe let's land on the ice field down there. Essentially, we struggle to sort of slow down. Now we're essentially drifting to the right because we don't have the engines to slow down. So the ramp's just open. I've never seen that. Oopsies. There we go. Close that. Let's try and land on the ice lake down here, and we can see if that works. We need to reduce speed like critically. I have the last engines. Come on. Right, was it 2 for landing gear? That's cargo. 3 for landing gear. 4. So these must deploy out, allowing us to properly land the ship. That would make a lot of sense. There we go. 3 for the door. Nice. Okay, cool. Well, that landed nicely. The ship's on the ground now, and this is how the dropship lands. and it does look really nice here. If you're in the market for a brand new dropship, this one made by Strider1 is absolutely beautiful, and I really like how it sort of lands on the floor here, especially with sort of landing gear on the back to support it. It is very, very cool. My only concern is the big engines there. While they allow you to get up to speed really quickly in Space Engineers, slowing down is a big problem. So I would maybe make them like toggleable, I guess. Is that the right word? Toggleable? Maybe. Toggle. Whatever. You get my point. You can switch them on and off, essentially. Like, have them as, like, emergency boost engines. So if you need to get out of a planet's atmosphere really, really quickly, you switch them on, you boost your engines, you take off. But maybe don't have them on all the time, just because I feel like else you're not going to be able to slow down. You end up crashing into something. That's my main concern. Still, this is a fantastic shuttle build. I really want to build this a bit more in Space Engineers and play with it. I think it's really, really cool. Maybe I'll make it look like in RWI colors. Hopefully Strider1 is fine with that. They are on my Discord. I can just ask them. But for now, I've been Captain Jack. Thank you very much for watching this Space Engineers video. If you liked it, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.